you want to take a look at Krystal Ball absolutely kicking ass?
Absolutely, guys. So go watch this entire exchange on Breaking Point.
Show, I really do my best to try to uphold, like, you know, basic human rights, Palestinian humanity, oppose the killing of innocent civilians wherever that happens. And I have to tell you, like, I feel really guilty that I'm not doing enough. I think all the time about, I'm a mom, I think all the time about those moms who can't feed their babies. Mm-hmm. Those babies are starving to death. And I just want to know, like, you're a United States Senator, you did vote for some of the bombs that were dropped on refugee camps. When kids have been sniped in the head, tents firebombed, people set on fire. The entire Gaza Strip turned into rubble. And now we're seeing these emaciated bodies of babies starving to death every day. And I mean, I'm like,
you know what you can do.
Does it eat you up? Does it eat you up? Do you think, like, what more could I do? Do you regret any of your votes? Do you regret
let me tell you what I was
complicity?
working on this morning. A group of Jewish rabbis and Muslim community leaders came together with a proposal that we are working on just getting, like, if we can't get other aid in, at least get baby formula and nutritional supplements for children in. Let that be kind of a green light, never has a problem. No one's trying to eat baby formula other than a baby, right? That is the proposal that I've been working on all night and this morning. So in terms of what we're trying to do, there's not a moment that goes by that this isn't something that I'm working on and something that my own community, not online, but my own community has practical things that they want to do. They're willing to raise the money. They're willing to buy the formula. They're willing to do whatever we need to do to get it shipped in.
What does that have to do with
That's
the fucking
spend
votes you took that Krystal Ball just mentioned? What the fuck does that have to do with the votes you actually took to enable these crimes against humanity? Oh, I've spent all night working on something so that only babies can eat baby formula? Like, what?
Yeah, what about the kids that are 2.5 years old? They need something to fucking eat. You want to starve them to death? That's what I'm taking away from this. And you can just feel the emotion and the humanity in Krystal's voice as she talks to somebody who has participated in this directly, right? Senator Slotkin. And that's the thing. Krystal, throughout this, 15-minute segment that they did, she routinely confronts her with all of the evidence. She says, this is the reality of the situation. This is what's happening right now. This is what you've done. And all you really get from Ellisa Slotkin in political fashion is gish galloping and trying to say, oh, I actually am doing something. But even here, right, what's she saying? I'm willing to give babies only in the face of an extreme unthinkable famine where people's organs are eating themselves, right? Where we are watching just unfucking speakable shit happen in real time all day long. And you're being like, well, don't worry. I'm trying to get baby formula in because that's the only thing that I can like, what are you talking about, dude? We need more than that. That is unacceptable. Like, you want to present yourself as a hero for trying to get baby formula in? What about everyone else? There's 2 million people starving.
Yeah, and also, like, you fucking voted for the bills that enabled this to happen in the first place. So, like, okay, yeah, I'm glad you're now fucking staying up all night for whatever the hell you're talking about. And it's possible that whatever she's talking about is like a good program or plan. I'm not really sure what she was talking about, but it just seems like a little too late given the situation that the people of Gaza are in right now, which is obviously absolutely fucking tragic.
100%. It's crazy. And the reason I wanted to react to this is, one, because it's an absolute masterclass from Krystal. If you guys watch the full thing, I highly recommend that you do. It's what everybody on mainstream media should be doing, right? It's what people on CNN should have been doing this entire time. When these people take a vote to drop bombs on another fucking group of people indiscriminately, hospitals, places of worship, schools, just regular tent camps all over the place, right? Those bombs are being used. They have to be asked about that, right? They need to be confronted about that. They need to have to themselves think about the result and the consequence of their actions, and they should do it on a camera where the people who elect them into office can look at it, right? Because, Krystal didn't scream and shout. She didn't, point at her and say, you deserve to die in the fucking Hague, Slotkin, right? But what she did was she presented the truth to her audience, and she made Senator Slotkin react to that truth. And that is, far more than I've seen happen on the mainstream media at all. And admittedly, we don't watch a ton of it, but I don't see it on any independent media elsewhere, right? Like, this is something that Breaking Points is uniquely capable of doing. And I think they do a great job of it here.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Krystal specifically, she really takes these interviews seriously. I've watched a lot of Breaking Points interviews, even with politicians like Ellisa Slotkin, who aren't maybe as, famous or well known or like algorithmically friendly as some other people, but they take their jobs really seriously when it comes to having actual people in powerful positions on the show. And yeah, they should be confronted with this, not just like, so that the audience knows and all that kind of stuff, but so that Elissa Slotkin herself has to confront this. Because if you're in DC, if you're, swimming in the swamp with all of your Democratic colleagues and you're meeting with AIPAC and you're hanging out with Republicans and lobbyists, like, it's an echo chamber. She probably doesn't very often at all have to confront the reality of what's going on because all of her colleagues are also in this echo chamber and they're all, in denial. They're all convincing themselves that, oh, actually, this is morally justifiable, right? Because how else can you sleep at night? So often, she probably is confronted with this from someone like Krystal. It's really important that Krystal took the opportunity seriously. She's like, I have this person face to face for an extended period of time. Let me take that opportunity to fucking tell you straight to your face what you're doing. And hopefully tonight when you're going to bed, you think about that a little bit. And maybe it plants the seeds of something larger that will grow if you're not a total fucking psychopath, that will eventually change the way you act. Unfortunately, in this case, it's too late for Elissa Slotkin. The blood is already on her hands. The genocide is nearing its completion. And now all these fucking people, like we talked about, even Barack Obama, want to come out here and make we need to let food in. The people are starving. It's like, bro, as I said, unfortunately, the genocide is almost fucking complete. And now you want to weigh in? Now you want to weigh in where it's potentially too late for a lot of people in the situation? You know what I'm saying? It's fucking horrific.
Yeah. There are a handful of elected officials who will still publicly and brazenly be like, we can't let these people fucking starve. Just the absolute worst, lowest human beings, just psychopathic fucking, rats in our fucking Senate and in Congress, but they're growing few and far between. And it's not because they've had some moral wake-up call. It's because it's starting to become untenable, unpopular.
Richie Torres.
Yeah, exactly. Richie Torres is the perfect example, right? Even Richie Torres is out here saying that, so again, you want, people will say, well, why aren't you taking yes for an answer? That's what Cenk would say all the time. Like, why aren't you taking yes for an answer? Why?
Only Republicans. You don't see him giving that kind of credit to fucking shit libs like Richie Torres for whatever reason.
True. But it's like, one, it's too little too late. I don't feel like I can in good conscience celebrate you, right? And that's why I thought that Krystal took the correct tone and the correct position here. Like, don't you feel complicit? Like, doesn't it eat you up inside that you're partially responsible for this, right? Like, that is the truth, and it is too late. Even if she does want to come out here and be like, I'm not one of the bad guys, like, I do support getting food to babies, right? The reality is that she was the one that starved those babies, and she sent more guns and more bombs and more money to the people starving those babies, and she was incredibly antagonistic and incredibly vile towards people who called this what it was from the beginning, just like all of her fucking colleagues, right? So again, it's kind of like, what the fuck do you want? Like, you know what I mean? What else is there except for us to be like, this is who you are?
Surprised she even went on Breaking Points to take this girl in, honestly. Maybe she didn't know what she was walking into.
I have a feeling she didn't. That's why I sent a text message to the producer of Breaking Points, and I was like, good job, bro. I can't believe you booked this shit.
Are we not allowed to say that Griffin is the...
Oh, no. Sometimes I just go back and forth. Like, everybody, he's on camera now. There's no hiding it.
I think everyone
One of our very own he discovered on Circle Jerk America, some would argue. Some people would be like, wow. I saw a comedic genius was coming out of you guys, and we thought, well, we'll just take the brightest star. Yep. You know what I mean? Anyway,
it was basically a long audition tape. But either way, shout out to Krystal. I can't wait to watch the whole, interview, debate, whatever you want to call it. Definitely urge you guys to do the same.
They also talk about Jeffrey Epstein at the beginning.
Oh, nice. I'll have to watch the whole thing, like I said. But yeah, shout out to Krystal. Absolutely one of the best communicators, one of the best debaters. I would hate to be on the receiving side of that sort of energy from Krystal, because Jesus Christ, no wonder Elissa Slotkin gave a rambling non-answer to that. I would be like all shaken up too.
Oh, 100%. And I think she is potentially the strongest, interviewer, griller on the left. And a lot of people's mind will also jump to Mehdi Hasan, but I think there's something uniquely powerful about the fact that Krystal's able to stay so reserved.
They got to do a Jubilee with Krystal. Let's get that in the fucking works ASAP.
Did you see Kyle's video about how Jubilee is done for?
I haven't watched it yet. I saw he posted it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his argument is either, but I did see that it was like banging. It had like 350,000 views. Like I was killing it out later. But anyway.
But yeah, I agree with you. Krystal is incredible. She's on the Mehdi level of being just, so good at grilling you, debating you. Go back and watch that RFK Jr. interview. If you guys need more proof of that, that was amazing.
Or we reacted to her on Live and Learn the other day.
Oh yeah,
that was her version of Jubilee. And shout out to Civilian Victim and a couple of other people in the chat pointing out how Griffin's been doing a great job hosting with Emily Jasinski. He is now, I believe, the Friday guy. So big round of applause in the audience for Griffin. Super excited for him. We've known about that for a while, but I think that's now public to everybody because he's been doing it. So shout out to Griffin for that.
Yeah, it's super cool, super cool. And as a Breaking Points viewer too, I enjoy the change in the panelists. As much as I love Krystal, Saagar, Ryan, and Emily, it's nice to have another voice in there. And specifically that being Griffin.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious, and I feel like he does make the show more youthful, right? I understand that Saagar isn't very old. I don't know how old Emily Jasinski is, right? But the vibe,
he's more online and shit, yeah.
100%, and his charisma is I think something that makes him really stand out on the show. Like that's his biggest selling point. Like obviously he's really well informed and he does a great job articulating his political analysis, but the dude is funny. He's lively. He makes it fun to watch. Like I really enjoyed his Superman segment with Krystal and Emily Jasinski a while back. So I just think he's a spectacular addition to the show. Really excited and happy for him.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Griffin and congratulations on that. Do you want to get into some super chat, Zach?
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. Be there. The Vanguard will be there. Be there.